welcome back to another Filming at Captain's Call. I'm Captain John Bushy.
I'm Command Master Chief Michael Wilkins.
And today we have a special guest with us.
Commander Alex Tanacho, the OIC of Branch Health Clinic Atsugi.
Outstanding. So, Branch Health Clinic. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what your mission is and your customer base?
Well, thank you, sir. CO, Master Chief. Branch Health Clinic Atsugi, we have 120 folks that works at Branch Health Clinic Atsugi. We have 5 primary care providers. We have 4 dentists, 6 dentists, 4 hygienists. And we provide primary care services for primary care health, as well as dental services and aviation medicine. We support about 6,000 members from Atsugi. There's 31 tenant commands, and so we're quite a busy clinic, and we provide those routine services. And services that go beyond our capability, we send usually to Yokosuka. We're tenant command here, but we also have our main command at the hospital there. And we provide routine care. We send to Yokosuka as our primary for secondary care, as well as local hospitals for care that's beyond their capability as well.
Okay. Well, great. What type of service providers do you have here in Atsugi? You mentioned the dentists, you mentioned the hygienists, you mentioned the general practitioners and flight line medical for the flyers. But so can I come in with a skin condition? Can I come in looking for a shot? What type of services do you have organic here at Atsugi?
Yes, sir. We have 3 family practice physicians, a nurse practitioner, and a PA. They provide, we encourage a good working relationship, a good relationship with your primary care manager. Once you check on board, you'll be assigned a PCM. They'll provide all your routine and manage your health care needs. Anything else you need to be referred to, we'll send them to Yokosuka. We do have visiting providers that come from Yokosuka. We have a dermatologist, we have an obstetrician, we have a pediatrician, and we also have physical therapy. And they come here 1 to 2 times a week. Okay. And then we also have a base shuttle that leaves here 0700 and rides back at 1300 from Yokosuka. And then we send our patients there as well for other care that we're not as beyond our capabilities.
Great.
We also have a working relationship with Camp Zama, don't we?
We do. We have a relationship with them, especially for orthodontic care.
Right.
This month, Lieutenant Colonel Lee, the orthodontist, will be leaving us, so that position will be gapped until August. But the routine orthodontic care that people have braces already, we'll do maintenance at the clinic for them.
Right.
But however, new services won't start until August when the new provider does replace them.
Well, that's some very good information to have out there, especially for those of you that need to have that orthodontic care.
Yes, sir.
Now, we also just finished a minor renovation's really a strong word, but our pharmacy just was shut down for a few days and just came back online, right?
It did. We had some shelving, made it a little more efficient, and had some repairs on our shelving completed. Hopefully, that will reduce the waiting time for our patients and a little more efficient for the staff that's working back there.
So I have a question for you. Hopefully everybody's heard about Relay Health, and that Relay Health is a way that you can get scheduled service from your primary care provider. How is the registration going for you, and how is the execution going for you with Relay Health in our clinic?
It's going good, but can be done. We could do it a little better, sir. We have about 30% of the population have enrolled on Relay Health. The Surgeon General goals is 50% of our population. And so we're really trying to get folks to register on Relay Health. Relay Health, all you have to do is go to Branch Health Clinic Atsugi, and type in Facebook, like us, and we can get registered. Once you're registered, you can check on your labs, get your pharmaceuticals, and make appointments. So it's much more efficient. So not only for our staff, but for the patients. So move the electrons without having to come to the clinic, sir.
Right. And one of the other things that I have used is secure communications with my PCM, where it was non-emergent, so it was simply, hey, what do you think about this? And it came back, and that's a secure communication, so you don't have to worry about your PII and your HIPAA information just falling into the wrong hands.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very efficient process. You know, we do have 5 primary care providers, and we provide care for urgent care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We ask that patients utilize the hour during the clinic hours. We make sure we have appointments available throughout the day. If we come during the daytime, during those clinic hours, it makes it much more efficient because we have lab, we have pharmacy, we have radiology that's augmented. So very efficient way, and we also try to keep daily appointments available.
Right, but I would like to make sure I clarify one thing and make sure that I understand. We do not have a full-service emergency room here in Atsugi. That full-service emergency room for the U.S. Navy is Yoko, right?
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, Master Chief.
But we do have urgent care, though.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
So if you get hurt after hours or on the weekends, you can still go to the clinic. The clinic will assess what your condition is, and then they could potentially send you to Yokosuka, or they
Yes,
could
sir.
send you to a Japanese hospital outside the gates, some of the hospitals that we partner with. So you will be seen, but we don't have the full services
Right.
that Yokosuka has. But we do have somebody who's on call that can take care of you.
Yes, sir. And most of our patients are sent to Yakuza when it's truly emergency or urgent, and then when it's something that's they cannot wait, then we try to utilize the local networks. Sir.
Sure.
Right, but if they just show up and it's, shall we say, not really an emergency, they have the ability to help them make an appointment to
Absolutely.
be seen by their primary care provider.
Absolutely, Chief. We try to have primary care continuity, and that's something we're graded upon, that the patients get to see the same provider. One is better for the patient. They don't have to go, rediscuss all the health history.
Right.
They have a good communication and good network with the provider. Once that's established, we do offer same-day appointments.
Right, and I would say that service provider is better now than when I first joined the Navy, because when I first joined the Navy, you could go to the doctor and see 10 different doctors, 10 different appointments for the same thing, and you've got to revisit from the very beginning, because they don't know that history.
Absolutely, that's correct.
So that, I think, is a great improvement in our medical provider.
Absolutely. And that's part of the scorecard, continuity and access.
Right.
So is there anything else you'd like to talk about with the clinic or your personnel?
Well, first I want to say Bravo Zulu to all the sailors. IMR, individual medical readiness, that's making sure that you've gone to immunizations, you've gone to dental, you've had your PHA. That tells me that our sailors are ready to deploy, go to war, and they will not likely be a casualty or cause themselves harm or the mission. So that's something that's the CNO's goal is to really make sure we have IMR. I know the Master Chief.
Are we at 100%, sir?
We're about 95, 96%.
That's not good enough, Atsugi. We need to get that higher.
Master Chief has a high standard, although we're one of the highest in Navy medicine West, but he's absolutely right. You can never get, we can always do better, and something that we should shoot for. But for all the sailors who've really taken that seriously, we thank you, appreciate it.
Well, and if I may, it seems to me that last year we hit the highest ever at 98% medical readiness. I would like to challenge everybody out there to go get caught up so that we can achieve 100%.
It's doable.
It is doable. It's
And-
possible.
And you know what? This is your health. If for some reason you haven't done this, we're dealing with your health here. This is one of the biggest benefits that you have as being
Right.
a military member, is to have your health taken care of. So take advantage of your military benefits and go and visit these wonderful care providers, because I know they will get you in. They'll take care of you. We've got a modern clinic that's clean and really nice after the renovation we had last year.
Yes, sir.
They're just waiting for you to show up, and they will take care of you.
And if you're like me and you don't like needles, trust me, the fine sailors that work at immunization, they don't laugh at you when you cry.
All right. Well, Alex, you got anything else for today?
Nothing else to add, and I want to thank the patient population for their ICE comments. We track that as well, so we enjoy getting feedback. For sometimes there are process improvements, and we utilize those as well for areas we can improve upon. But if we're doing good things, please send those positive comments as well. We'll recognize our staff. We've been about 95% patient satisfaction for the last 2 years. and ICE, as well as the patient monitor, the highest of all the clinics west of Mississippi in the Pacific. So again, thank you for the base population providing, so we can provide the best care that you need.
Just trying to think, are we west of the Mississippi or east of the Mississippi by being in Japan? But well, anyway, we'll leave you with that to ponder. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a minute. Thanks, Alex, very much for helping us out today and talking about Branch Health Clinic. And we'll be back in just a minute.
Thank you, sir.
And welcome back to Captain's Call again. This week, our Sailor of the Week is HM3 Agliabot from Branch Health Clinic. He has been on board since February of 2015. He came from working with the Marines in Okinawa before he was here, but he has set the standard over at Branch Health Clinic, not only as a professional corpsman, but also with making sure that his customer service is superb. He has been instrumental in making sure that we achieved a 95% individual medical readiness aboard NAF Atsugi. So thanks to HM3 for everything that he's done to help us out with that. And we're going to shift over to some BZs for the week. So CMC, would you like to help me out?
Absolutely. So for our first service provider, Bravo Zulu, goes out to PSD, to Mr. Andrew. He was so friendly. I felt like he wanted to help me. He gave me service with a smile, and that really made my day. Chief Ching also did very helpful and gave me a great motivation.
Okay. So service provider is NEX Beauty Shop. The staff today, every visit actually, but especially today, was the epitome of teamwork. Even though they were short-staffed, and they were loyal to each and every customer, and they made sure everybody received the service that they were asking for. As for my service provider, Terumi, she knocked it out of the park. Bravo Zulu, and great job to NEX Service Saloon and the NEX Barbershop.
Our next service provider is Dunkin' Donuts. I just had to say I had a wonderful experience last time I went. I believe that Sloan always remembers my son and what he loves, and my drink that I love as well. I always have a good experience when I go.
Dunkin' Donuts, awesome. All right, service provider is the NEX Mini Mart. We hope that the NEX continues to hire people with great customer service like Annie. Good job to Annie.
And our next service provider is PSD. Once again, Ms. Hines was extremely professional and helpful while completing our no-fee passport applications. I appreciate her working around the complicated schedule to get our large family passport needs met. Thank you for a smooth transaction.
Okay, and our last service provider today is FSSC. I wanted to say thanks to Nick for all the help. He was very helpful. He always has the answers to all of my questions. Great asset to Fleet and Family. So good job to Nick. So CMC, you have anything you'd like to wrap up with?
You know, I do. I would like to just take this opportunity to say congratulations to all of the new Master Chiefs that were just recently selected. And I look forward to the release of the Senior Chief results here shortly. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly when they're going to be released, but that would be good. And I also am looking forward to the release of the upcoming results from the last E4 to E6 advancement exam. I'm really hoping that we get a lot of sailors that are stationed here at Naval Air Facility Atsugi and our tenants that pay raise that a lot of them definitely deserve.
Well, one of the funnest things that CMC and I get a chance to do is we will call anybody that's on our installation staff who gets advanced or is selected for the higher pay grades. So please make sure that your contact number is up to date so we can call you at 2 o'clock in the morning and wake you up and tell you some good news.
Well, you know, Skipper, as you know, I'm headed out on leave here in a couple of days, and I wouldn't mind interrupting my leave to make a few phone calls to some of our sailors. So good luck to everybody out there that took the test.
Awesome. Well, I'd like to say BZ to everybody who helped out with Springfest. This was a joint USN JMSDF evolution, and it went off awesome. Our numbers this year were about 60 to 65,000, give or take. So it was similar in population to last year, but I thought there was a lot more interaction, I think, between our host nation and our on-base residents. I thought I saw an awful lot of exchange of cultures, friendships, smiles, and a lot of goodwill building. So thank you to everybody for that. Thank you to our squadrons, our tenants, the installation staff, everybody who went the extra mile to make sure everybody felt welcome on board, as well as thank you to the residents for your patience as we modified services, we modified transit around the base and things like that to support, because events like this are hugely important with our alliance and our partnership building with the host nation. So thank you to everybody for that, and I look forward to next year. It should be bigger, better, and a lot more fun.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, that's all we have for this week. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.